Rod Abernethy on WNCW. Show off.
I was really hanging on, though. I was screwing up a little bit there. But
Nobody
I was
knows.
hanging on, thinking I need more of that Starbucks. That's on the
Right.
floor.
5 guys here in Studio B currently, and I think you might play better than all 5 of us combined. Although,
I would agree to that.
I love how you decided to make this second disc, Rod, of your new release be all instrumentals. Just kind of makes that nice theme and that nice feel for it. And that's the one that leads it off. And nice to hear that the storyline behind it of the bass fishing. Now, when you tell the story of you caught 7 bass after never having done it before.
Well, I had caught maybe a couple of bass,
Okay.
but this was like, whoa,
Yeah.
what happened? And all the songs on the those instrumental tunes, they have different stories. I mean,
Yeah.
there's one about my mom as I was watching her in her walker going around her kitchen, trying to make, it's called Mama's in the Kitchen. And usually my instrumentals are sort of soundtracks to something that has happened.
Yeah, I always find it's fascinating how people come up with instrumentals based on stories, and it happens a lot with folks that weave in instrumentals that are otherwise songwriters.
Yeah.
But Leo Kottke comes to mind. He does a little bit of both. John Fahey was always just an instrumentalist. So I was
I'm
wondering.
so glad you said his name.
Well, I mean,
because
how can you not when listening to your style?
I'm working on a tune right now. Probably shouldn't say it, but it's for John Fahey.
All right.
And I'm hoping I can put it on the next album because I really listened to Fahey in college every day. Learned so much. Fahey and Kottke were really my breakfast every day.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Michael Hedges has come to
Michael
mind as
Hedges,
well.
too.
And
I'll leave the tapping to a lot of other people. I tap a little bit, but it's not really my thing to tap. But Hedges was just like Hendrix of the acoustic guitar.
yeah.
I really miss him.
Yeah, we lost him way too soon. One more thing about John, though. I've never heard his name pronounced like you did, Fahey. I've always thought it was Fahey.
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 I don't know what the correct pronunciation is. It's like Bert Jantz or Bert Jantz.
Janch.
Or Bert,
Yeah, James.
I just always said Fahey. Maybe I heard Leo Kottke say it at a show one time or something.
And I bet
But
Leo Kottke would know, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to have coffee with Leo and just say, okay, tell me about John.
Seriously.
And
Talk about storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us a story about that.
master storytelling. But
Yeah.
thank you for that compliment. I mean, it's obvious I love acoustic guitar, but I love playing for people.
Yeah. Now, Wyatt, I know you love playing and singing for people too, but I also understand that you like telling stories as well, and that storytelling maybe finds a part in some of your shows.
It does. I think, as humans, we love telling stories.
Yeah.
All the way back to drawing on the side of a cave and trying to get across a point. I will tell on Rod a little bit. I grew up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Rod was in a band called Arrogance, which we grew up, we as in me and my tribe, sneaking in or getting in and when we were of proper age.
I was sneaking in too before I joined them. I was one of those people.
The Rod and I are very close in age. I always looked up to him as a phenomenal guitar player, which he is, but he was well known in the area for being a monster on the guitar, which, as your listeners just heard, he is.
Yeah. And what kind of band was Arrogance? Either of you?
That's a hard one.
Well, yeah, they were.
They were many kind of styles, but I would say Arrogance fit into a early rock, alternative rock, but there was also kind of a poco. I hate to even categorize them because they'll kill me if I try to categorize their band. But we're basically a rock band that did our own music
that was the
before
fun part,
everybody else was doing it.
At a very high level.
And people probably know of Don Dixon, who produced REM and Smithereens, Marty Jones. Just recently did the Gin Blossoms. He was the bass player. He's playing with Mary Chapin Carpenter now. He also worked on my record. I mean, it's hard to categorize Arrogance, but back in, when we used to play.
Way back then in the 80s. in a band called Glass Moon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we're telling
I
on
loved Glass Moon. Glass Moon actually had a top 40 hit, but you know, nobody really remembers Glass Moon unless they were, you know, listening to music back in the 80s.
Martin does.
Thank you, Martin. Glass Moon was more of a Genesis kind of band.
Got it. Yeah.
I loved that band too, and got to work with Peter Lord on the record I worked on in England, and it's one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah, cool. Boy, between the two of you, you got so many stories of the music world, in the folk world and into the rock and the pop world, and the country too, with you, especially with your Nashville history, Wyatt. Wyatt Easterling and Rod Abernethy here at WNCW. And we got time for another tune, and Wyatt, it's your turn.
I would love to.